As we continue to think about ministry transformation, we believe that two things are going to happen. One, your ministry is going to grow. And granted, it's not about numbers, but it's about the fact that as we begin to look at things differently, look at things more intently, the natural outpouring of that is a ministry going to get larger. Again, not for the sake of numbers, but because we know that means that kids are coming to know Christ and they're getting connected with the church. And we believe it's a real possibility for each of us because, as we talked about, the trends show 4% of this generation will follow Christ. We read it once. Recently, we actually ran the numbers, and that's how it played out in our community and the surrounding communities. And I'm willing to bet yours is pretty close. Um, some of y'all may hit 10%. Some of y'all might hit 50% if you're in a smaller town and a couple other different factors. But there's a large number. I mean, as Jesus said, the harvest is plentiful, right? So we believe that's going to happen. But also, we believe that your ministry is going to start to look more like your community. If you're like us, your community is fairly diverse. And so one of the things we've been, I guess, most excited about is the fact that over the past few years, our ministry has started to look more like our community. Um, you know, both in diversity of schools, cultures, backgrounds, things like that. And because we know that means that we are really out and reaching our community, not just one pocket. Some of us are targeted, we're mainly reaching one school, and we're happy with that. And you know what? I'm glad that school's getting reached, but what about the other schools? Right? Are you comfortable and just happy with what you're getting? Or are you truly actively out there doing ministry and looking for those opportunities? Now, how is this going to happen? Well, we believe one of those big steps we all need to take is empowering our students. Empowering our students not just to go to camp, not just to go on a mission trip, to go on mission in their daily lives and reach their friends for Christ. And it's one thing probably to stand on stage and say that, as I'm sure you have, but we also want to equip them with tools that they can use. And so we've offered some ways for you to do that quickly and easily. Most of them get managed through this ministry admin console in the cloud, where you have your ministry subdomain, and all you have to do is fill out forms to put that information. You also can put in posts for like a news feed. And then you can also turn on things from us that we've loaded and created, or things that you might have purchased just from us, a gospel track, the Get a Ride app, some things I mentioned in other videos. And so you can see all these things, but also you can load your own resources, okay, to your students and then your leaders, which I'm sure we'll talk about on a different day. So we've built that in, and again, this all populates to your custom, very friendly mobile-friendly, customizable subdomain where you can put out those resources to help kids, and even help kids talk about your church and where they can find it, and do those sorts of things. So that's one piece of it, okay? But then again, some of those tools we're really trying to get saying, how are we going to help students reach kids for Christ, reach their friends for Christ? And so, we've got our gospel track. This is completely touch friendly, and here's the vision for this. The vision is we want something where you can sit down, like in that discipleship process, and walk your kids through how to share the gospel, give them a chance to practice with each other, and then they go out and do it on their own. And we keep it simple, based on Romans 6:23, and it's all color coded, so they can drag on a touch device or on a device like this. And not only can they do that, but what happens is they get this little, almost like a cheat sheet. It's like a script to kind of help remind them of the different parts. And they may not need it, but it's there. But the other thing that happens is they can go, hey, talked about this. This is where I found it. Why don't you just bookmark this on your phone if you want to read through it later again? Just think about it and come back and talk to me. So we're doing that. And so they're walking through here and they are talking their friends through the gospel process, sharing with them and doing all of those things. And so we've built this in, again, trying to think of innovative ways to help kids go out and share the gospel. And so we want to challenge you to empower your students. Empower your students to go out and do ministry. We hope you can see the vision and take advantage of the tools we put in place, or let us know other tools that we need to build so that we can better help and serve you. Because there's a lot of work to be done, there's a lot of students to be reached, and we believe a big step in that. And one of our visions for that is empowering kids to go out and do those things. I know it can be kind of scary to say, you know what, I don't want you just to rely on me or need me. I want you to be independent in a sense, and go out and do ministry on your own, And while we want kids plugged into the church, right, we want them connected. There needs to be a connection often that happens before they ever step foot in the door of the church, because that connection there is what's going to keep them plugged in for the long term instead of a one visit and leave. So I want you to think about ways you can empower your kids to do the work that we've all been called to do. If you are doing that, share with us some ideas. But then also think about what are ways you can continue to expand. Is there anything we can tweak and change? Because obviously we're not reaching 100% of kids, which means there's always ways that we can get better. And we hope too that you'll see the vision for the cloud is more than just sending text. It's more than just taking attendance. We really want this to be a tool to help you transform your ministry so that we can see this generation reach for Christ.